guys should be referred to as Blake the Stash.
Blake the Stash, that's good. And we are live, so Blake the Stash,
Nice.
welcome.
Blake the Stash, right?
Yeah.
Mr.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So we're here for more Vault Box news, and there's no better place to get that than right from the horse's mouth, so to speak. So Blake, what are you doing? I mean, we got Series 5,
Yeah.
waiting on the wings. I know it got pushed back a little bit. Did you want to go ahead and kind of talk about, a little bit about what's been happening with that, and,
So we wanted to originally launch. We actually had put on the website December 14th. We had some logistical issues that we had to work through, and we felt it was going to be. We probably could have pushed maybe a week or so. We thought it was a little too close to Christmas, and with Series 5 being our biggest one yet, we wanted to make sure that everything was done right. We didn't want to have other issues after the fact, so we pushed back to January 10th. And January 10th, we'll be launching Series 5. It's going to be a monster.
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. I was going to say monster. There are other words that fit it very well. So $1,249 is the most expensive Vault Box release. Huh?
It is. Yeah. Look, I mean,
it's so close after the holidays.
Yep.
And buddy, tell me about a little bit of the rationale that kind of goes with that. You said it's going to be the biggest, so I would assume the coins are going to be insane.
Yeah, I mean, so, when we started building what is now Series 5, one of the things that we heard from people is, hey, they want to see more big coins. They want to see, some people told us, hey, a lot of people actually said when we do our surveys, we want to see vintage gold. We want to see, more platinum. We want to see, some of the key date, silver dollars and a lot more classic commems. And we're like, well,
Sure.
all this stuff sounds great. Like, we want this too, right? So the reality is, in order to have these big expensive coins, is you got to have enough money in order to do that. And then you got to also, the tricky part is you got to make it feel cohesive, where it's not like we just took a bunch of random stuff that was lying around and kind of threw it in there. So it's got to have a theme of some sort. At least we think it does. And kind of make it fun and still attractive. And then you got to make sure, you got to have 3 coins and all kinds of varieties. So that's kind of how it started. And, often we start to build the boxes with an idea and, as far as what we want the MSRP to be. And along the way, sometimes we make adjustments up, sometimes we make adjustments down. It just depends based on, it's not, there are certain coins, it's pretty easy to know what the market's going to be ahead of time. Like, especially with modern, it's a lot more predictable and available. When you get into type coins and things like that, there's a lot of variables, right? Like, not every type coin that it has the same date, same grade is worth the same money. And then when you want to find, lower price point type coins as well, and have them not be details coins, it gets even harder. And so we just started to put it together. We did, so our highest release to date as far as dollar MSRP was Series 2, and that was $739. We said, well, let's try and do this. And so we put tons of great stuff in there, but it adds dollars, right? Like, we have 7 95 coin dollar sets. We have, so every dollar except for the 95 proof dollar. We have 7 24 coin piece dollar sets. We have, and by the way, sometimes there's, there might be 10 of some dates also on top of that, but at least 7 of each mint mark, year, and date, or date and mint mark. We have 7 50 coin classic commemorative sets. We have, and there's tons of other stuff in there. I think there's like, I don't know, I want to say over 300 vintage gold coins, something, maybe 250 to 300 vintage gold coins. So we have $20 gold pieces. We have $3 gold pieces. We have classic California gold. We have, gold commemoratives, like vintage gold commemoratives. We have Carson City gold. We have, we have some amazing stuff. Obviously, the main hit is the 07 $20 high relief in MS65, that are instant offers $50,000. We have, I'm sure we'll go through the list. I mean, we have an amazing 1873 proof set that's outstanding. I mean, we have some monsters in there, and so it costs money. When we start with a box, we always lead with value first. The value that we're providing to the customer. That's most important first. And then the hard part is making the numbers fit and make it where it's cohesive and it feels like it makes sense. There's a theme to this, right? And we countless hours over and over and over, and reiterations, rebudgeting, readjusting, tweaking to make it work. But we think that, and we understand that $12.49, it may not be for everybody. That's okay too, right? Like we 100% do not want to alienate anybody, not on purpose. It may happen, but that's not our goal. We want to be as inclusive as possible. And we understand that, that $12.49 might not be for everybody. And it doesn't mean that every box is going to be more expensive from now on. And it doesn't mean every box is going to be 3 coins from now on. We're going to continue to try different price points, different themes, different number of coins in the box. And we think that's part of the fun too. Like sometimes it's fun to just have a less expensive, single coin rip is exciting and fun. Like that's not going anywhere. We will continue to do that stuff as well. So that's kind of how it ended up that way, is just to make it and also where the boxes don't fall off a cliff in terms of value. Like you have 1 or 2 big coins, and then it just kind of like, it goes from 50 to 25 to like $700 is no good, right? That's not.
No. We're going to take a look at the distribution list of some of the samples of coins in there. I noticed a lot of coins in that $10,000 to $20,000 range. And I'm like, wow, that's awfully. That's an awful good kind of, average ceiling, I guess, is so something that's chase worthy without having to get the top coin, because like you said, you can hit the top coin and then the whole product's dead. We've seen that time and time again with other types of models.
There's got to be support. There's got to be support all the way along. Otherwise, it just won't work.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed, and so have a lot of your customers noticed through the first 4 releases. And by the way, you guys been doing it for what? It's been a year now, or over that?
Yeah, we started in January. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're coming up on a year. 1 year.
Still babies.
5 releases. What I've noticed was people were overall generally satisfied because they understood the amount of money that they were spending, but they didn't feel like through the experience that they were necessarily getting rock bottom. There's probably some sort of average amount of return that comes back to them, and it's incredibly satisfactory, if not above that, for what you get. And again, it's unprecedented because we don't see it in similar type of products, whether that's through comic book stuff or sports cards, things like that, which have really, soured a lot of people that, prior to Vaultbox becoming kind of like a name brand now in this type of thing. So
we appreciate that. I mean, we want to stay humble, right? Like that's really important to us. And we appreciate it when people tell us nice stuff, and we hear, lots of things out there in addition to the haters too. And we appreciate that also, because that also helps us to figure out things that we could do better or opportunities. But for us, it's about again, long-term, growth, long-term customer, long-term bringing new people into the numismatic community. We're going long, that's the goal. And we need to stay humble. We need to stay open to learning and understanding that we won't always make the right choice. As far as for the product, this is the best category, or this is the best price point, or this is the best number. Our commitment is just that we will continue to learn from each release. And just because it sells out or it doesn't sell out, which all of them in the past obviously have sold out in a matter of minutes. Just because that happens doesn't necessarily mean that's always like, oh, we did everything perfect. Like, no, there have been opportunities every single series, starting from the first one. I remember the very first series that we did. The thing that we immediately noticed was that, hey, it's really a bummer when you open a box and you get Silver Eagle, Silver Eagle, Silver Eagle. It was a bummer to watch for series 1. Yeah. So we knew that series 2, we got to get rid of that. Like, that cannot happen. And so each time we've learned something new, and we will continue to do that because that's how we get better. We need to listen to you guys, what you want, and then figure out how do we make it, can we make that make sense, and then try it and listen.
Yeah, and it's just refining it as you go. And the formula has worked to this point because I know you're very close to social media, and you really do care about what other people think. 100%. And that ultimately gives you that kind of like that second opportunity, third opportunity to really fine tune the product. And we saw, I mean, series 4 was kind of a blast. My gripe, of course, which became more of a revelation with series 4, is like, why did Blake put a lot of Silver Eagles in there? We've seen that through a few, releases already. It just seems like that's just a default thing to put in there. But because of series 4 being like the silver dollar through the years type product, it made sense to put that in there. So,
and it's the Silver Eagle is the most successful modern coin for the U.S. Of any coin that's come out. That's the first thing. It's also, it does work kind of as a staple for us. It helps to add additional products, and people do like Silver Eagles, but yeah, they don't want to see just Silver Eagles. And then with 4 in particular, because we were working within the whole box being NGCX, and them only doing Peace dollars, Morgan dollars, and then modern coins. If we wanted to do a dollar box, we had to also include Silver Eagles, because otherwise you're going to end up with a ton of kind of mid-range stuff, and you won't have enough variety. So that was one of the reasons that, we included Silver Eagles in Series 4 as well. But we get it that, look, vintage buyers, not every vintage buyer likes modern, and not every modern buyer likes vintage. And, again, I think that's an opportunity for us as well.
Yeah, no, that's totally understandable and very admirable. Very seldom do companies ever listen to their customers. And that changes the overall perception of them and the product they sell. As altruistic as you want it to be, I think really being close to the people who are your clients that buy these is paramount. And I'm not gonna lie. I thought, well, through Series 1, it could be a one and done deal. Like, sure. Was this good enough for you and your business partner to want to do, Series 2? And then here we are on the cusp of Series 5, with a much higher price tag, but at the same time, you've built the foundation of your supporters to a whole new level that's unprecedented. So we got VaultBox's website, vaultbox.com. We all know this very well. So I want to take an opportunity, because if you scroll down, you just had your 65 boxes of Vaultmas on Whatnot, which turned out really well. You had quite a turnout. I was there myself.
That was fun. We had a good time. Lee, I think, had the most fun. My partner, Lee Minchell, was on one. I mean, he was on one. It was great.
I'd say you guys had a really good time. I think you guys have turned into a natural for just, being the next wave of, pitchmen on the platform.
Oh man, I don't know. We try, but I don't know.
The bar is streaming is hard. Really low on there, Blake. That says a lot. So I'm giving you your kudos.
All right, I appreciate it.
So from a general lens, Series 5, tell me about it. Because we're going from 1 coin to 3 coins.
Yep.
Making that.
So there's 1,910 boxes. because I'm sure people will ask. There are 3 coins. We are within this outer box, so we're calling them packs for now, and we're working on involving that as well. But the inside of the box shown there will be 3 what we're calling packs. They will resemble very closely to the black boxes that you got within 4 and 3. They're slightly different, but they're very similar. You'll have 3 coins in there. We are also introducing that concept of a case. So a case will consist of 6 boxes, so 18 total coins. And the idea behind that is, there's about 341, I believe, boxes that'll have red cores in them. And we're trying to, we've asked that NGC try to incorporate a case hit. There won't be any way to necessarily guarantee that, but the math should work out where there should be, it's really 1 in every 5.2 or 5.3 boxes. There should be a red core equivalent. So hopefully it works out that way. And we wanted to encourage people to buy cases if that's what they wanted to do. People ask all the time. Very similar to like the sports cards where they have a case hit. So it's all around the experience. We want to provide a good experience. And that was the goal behind that, and it's completely randomized, just like all the other ones. Comes to us sealed from NGC. So we don't have any control. I know all the conspiracy theories out there think they know where it goes to this person, and that we don't pick. We don't know. And as far as we're concerned, the money is already gone.
On the little label, they'll know what's in there.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We've heard all that before.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. So
right, cool.
$12.49. Yep.
Yeah, $12.49. It's like lunch money.
No, we don't think of it that way either, Sean.
In the context of things, there are a lot more things you could spend $1,200 on.
Sure. But it shouldn't be taken lightly. I want to make sure that people understand that we acknowledge it, that this is your hard-earned money, that we understand it. We also understand that it may or may not be an option for everybody, and that we don't want people to think that we discount what other people may want or can't afford, or the decisions they have to make. We don't want to come off as elitist or anything like that. That is 100% not what we want. We'll continue to test and try different price points and bring out products at different price points and things like that, so that everybody could participate. Like, that is our ideal situation, and it'll constantly change. Like that will change. So we don't take it lightly that we're asking you to, believe in us enough to spend $1,249 or more on a box. We don't take that lightly. It's important to us that we provide a good value and a good experience.
Absolutely. You nailed that right out of the park. Because I'd like to say that I'm one of those people that keeps tabs on their budgets, their pennies,
Sure.
and things like that. So yeah, $1,250 in my opinion is incredibly high.
Sure.
The kind of like the overall message about the product and what it promises to bring, because up to this point it's been kind of like the curated gold standard, product out there, and we've seen a few through the course of the last 12 months. I'm not going to name any competitors, but
of course,
nothing comes remotely close to what you've delivered in this product. Now, with that being said, we are in the Vault Box Series 5 page. And tell us about some of the coins that you've added in there. It's a very impressive list. I think using the word impressive kind of downplays the importance of the coins in there, because it is a monster.
Yeah, we really, again, we try to touch so many. So one of my favorite series, also the hardest series for us to do to date, was Series 3. If you like Series 3 with all the type coins and stuff like that, this is like Series 3 on steroids. So we have half cents, large cents, 2 cents, 3 cents, 3-cent nickels, 3-cent silvers. We have, obviously we have nickels and quarters and 20-cent pieces. We have $3 gold, $1 gold, fractional gold. We have some modern stuff. We have high relief gold. The first time, if any series, we have vintage gold coins. We have, and by the way, there's vintage gold coins in black cores. There's $800 instant offer coins in black core holders. Like
Wow.
there's, there are tons and tons of range in here. We have Carson City gold. We have, if you're looking at like, these are just some of the top coins listed here. And I don't even think that's actually the top 5. It's probably close. There might be a couple coins in between, but the second hit is that 1873 proof set. There's 13 coins. So this is the first time that we're introducing the concept of this redemption. And what'll happen is there's 3 coins that you will get within the box. It'll be the only box, by the way, that will include 3 red cores. Okay, so there's 3 red cores within the box. And it'll also have a card with some instructions on how the redemption works. So you would contact us, we would walk you through the steps, and we have the other 10 coins. I wish I had them here to show, but we have the other 10 coins from this 1873 proof set, which includes all the denominations there. And we will send you those coins as well. So that's going to be amazing. We have an instant offer on that at $25,000. However, I know that there is already a private collector that has put a $32,500 bounty out there as well, which is outstanding. I mean, we love that people are excited, and it is an awesome set. It is outstanding. We have that $1,795 and XF45, which when we bought it, we thought the coin was AU. I mean, it's beautiful. We have an 1893S dollar when XF40 or extremely fine 7, right? So if you notice there, one of the things that we did include in every single box, because we do still have NGC coins and we have NGCX coins, is we made sure that we included, it'll probably be hard to see here, but we included this cheat sheet card. This is not going to work, me showing this, but there's a cheat sheet card in every single one that basically maps the Sheldon grade. So if it's XF40, and it tells you what the equivalent NGCX grade actually is. So we made sure that we did that so that people wouldn't have a hard time, knowing what's what. We have the half dimes that are there. We have, there's tons of fun stuff out there that is going to be, revealed, which you'll see in the list. We try to touch all the different coins.
Yeah, I put you at solo layouts if you want to show your cards that you were referring to.
Let's see if it'll show well or not.
Okay. No, I totally get it, even though it's a little out of focus.
Way out of focus, but it is mapped.
Yeah, very cool.
So, if you click on that, the distribution list, Sean, which, by the way, we always post ahead of time, every coin that is within series. You can see literally every single coin. So there's 1,910 boxes. So it'll be, that times 3, essentially plus 10, because the 10 redemption. So you'll see the 3 coins at the top there are listed. That's what will come within the box. And then the other 10 come once you reach out to us and we walk you through the steps. For that 1873 proof set. We list everything that has a red core. We have black cores. By the way, first time we're introducing 3 new color cores. So then the idea behind that, I guess we can touch on that in a minute. We're going to have blue cores, green cores, and flag cores, which we'll get to in a second. But we wanted to provide additional chases, stuff that people could look for or kind of have fun with that wasn't necessarily the most expensive coin in the box, right?
Oh, sure. That's exciting.
There's a 1884 $20 double eagle there, an AU53. 1794 half dime. There's a 1795 half dime. Lafayette commemorative, an MS65. We have, there's drape bust silver dollars. There's seeded silver dollars, trade silver dollars. There's proof silver dollars. Double die, Lincoln wheat cent
in there too. That's a big coin.
Oh yeah, we got some very high grade Hawaii commands, which is one of the hardest. We have the different, we got double die averse. We have some amazing airs in there, some gold nuggets. We have some outstanding gold nuggets. Look at that 75cc trade dollar. That's a monster. 1916D dime. We have so many keys within the series, like key date stuff. You know, there's an 1891 CC half eagle. Like we really tried to think of like what cool things can we put in there, a proof 20-cent piece that people would like and appreciate and would touch a different category, you know, which is not easy to do because to do that and stay in budget and again make it feel cohesive is hard. Yeah, we have, you know, better date $3 gold pieces. We have
Such a tough series. So tough,
really
very
is.
expensive coins.
Yeah, we got a three-legged buffalo nickel. I mean, if you take the time to go through this list, you will see that there are so many coins. There's so much support here. And that again was really important to us that we made sure that we got that out there, that we showed it, we were able to talk about it. That's why we listed it with plenty of time. Kingdom of Hawaii coins. That's one of my favorite. I don't know if it would be qualified as a series, but I love the Kingdom of Hawaii dollars, the large cents. You know, you have the quarters and the halves and the dimes. Like, I think those are outstanding. We try to put some toners in there, some really cool tone coins, which we'll continue to do. People like the toners. Obviously, you see a ton of 89 CCs listed in there.
Yeah. Wow.
So there'll be all the key day dollars, including 89 CC, 93S, 79 CC, 86. I mean, all of those. There's at least 7 of each date and mint mark, at least. 93 CCs. I mean, we have it all covered in there. And we're gonna do some of the bounties in this series, by the way, which we haven't posted yet. But we're thinking there's probably going to be between $20,000 and $25,000 worth of bounties we're going to put out there. So for those of you who don't know what the bounties have been in the past, often it's to build some kind of set, which we may also do. We will actually have certain sets that we're going to try and build, but there's also going to be single item bounties. There'll be, hey, we're actually going to do, we haven't thought of a clever name yet, but we're going to do the 2 lowest dollar coins, instant offer coins within the series. We're going to put bounties on those for, maybe $250 additional a coin on those, particular coins. We're going to do treasure hunt bounties where you got to find either nuggets or shipwrecks or certain heirs. So those will be one-off bounties that could just kind of be fun for everyone to kind of participate in and just have fun with it. That's really the idea, is give people other things to look forward to other than just a one-off coin. There's pattern. We have some pattern coins in there. We have.
I saw that. I was like,
yeah,
patterns. Wow. Hey, it's funny. I've been scrolling on this list for a while. I'm like, yeah, the red cores just keep on coming. And I think what I like is that there are a lot of unique singular pieces that you can find out of here, as opposed to like, oh, there's 10 of this one particular coin, in there. And it's like, well, I would love to have a red core. I prefer it to be one of the kind of one-off coins.
But go look at some of the black cores, Sean.
Like
Scroll
we
down
saw in Series 3, which was a lot of fun. That was a fun release.
Yeah. And by the way, the series that we bought the least amount of coins back from, which to us says that people really liked those coins. Wow. Like they really, really love those coins. There's some outstanding nuggets in there. We showed a slideshow the other day during that streaming event there's one California gold nugget in there that is so outstanding. I think it's like maybe almost 11 grams. If we buy that back, I need to have that nugget. Like I need that nugget.
There's one that's 10.6.
Yeah, it's one of those two, and it's outstanding. I mean, it is really cool. Double denomination heirs. We have colonials in here. We have let's see what are the things we got here. Yep. Lots of double eagles. I mean, but look at some of the black cores. I mean, you have much better date half eagles. You have
eagle. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's some
nice grades.
Yep. Keep going. Let's see here. Lots of quarter eagles, better date quarter eagles. There's lots of $1 gold. And we kind of cover a lot of the dates. Yep, commemorative gold. Yeah, exactly. we really, again, we wanted to, so there are black core, in theory, you could end up with all black cores and have a very strong instant offer box, still above MSRP. In theory, if you got lucky and got the right combination of, of coins. We have modern gold in there as well. We have a lot of proof gold eagles and things like that, but the modern overall, the count is very limited compared to a lot of the vintage. But people said they want more gold, they want more platinum. So you'll see in these black cores, we have gold and platinum. We have, 10th ounce, we have quarter ounce, we have some half ounce platinum, things like that as well. 2016, I love that year. The Mercury gold dimes are one of my favorite.
Oh,
It's also the year my son was
yeah.
born, so I love that coin. I think those are really a beautiful coin. So we put a bunch of those in there. We have a lot of gold nuggets. So we have gold nuggets. We have Colorado, California, and Yukon in this series. People really enjoyed those. And so usually, when we do a multi-coin box, it works on tiers essentially, where there's a one coin is, a certain dollar threshold. The second coin is usually above that. And the third coin is above that. And if it's a red core, that would fall in the third tier as well. So they share. But, there are gold nuggets in the first tier. Like the lowest tier coin could be a gold nugget still, which carry a heavy premium, and
They
we
do,
don't.
yeah. I mean, people look as well. It's only 2 grams. It's like $80 or
Right.
120 bucks, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, well, you got to consider that any sort of gold nugget carries a pretty big premium.
Oh yeah, heavy premium, and it's like natural treasure. It comes out of like, how cool is that? I'll admit it. People might make fun of me. I'm a big Gold Rush fanboy. I love watching that show, right? Like I love watching them digging for gold, and I often have this fantasy of like, one day I'd love to go dig for gold, and then my wife reminds me after about an hour of digging, I'll be complaining to her about my back hurts and I can't do this and all that kind of thing. But I mean, gold nuggets are awesome. That's like natural treasure. Like I love them.
Yeah, I have an affinity for them myself. Wow,
We get seeded dollars in black cores. I mean,
yeah, I was like, wait a minute, there is seeded Liberty silver dollars.
Yeah,
my goodness.
Impressive. You got trade dollars.
Yeah.
Like these are real coins. This is not. There's not fluff in this. Like go through the list. Like I know people are naturally skeptical, right? Like go through the list, look at it. You'll see how many cool coins and how much value is in this box. We touched all of the bases. Like I think I remember seeing for Series 3 where someone's all, did you see the new distribution list? It looks like they threw the red book at it. Well, like this one, we threw the red book at it. And then, like I said, we shot it with steroids. I mean, the classic commems that people love, 7 of those 50 coin sets, there's shipwreck coins. There's so like bust quarters. We have bust dollars. We have, all the different series. We have proof. We have not proof. We have, like what we talked about, the patterns. And yeah, I mean, like these are big coins. Like this is not fluff. And you'll notice there's no detail coins in this. The only thing I guess that would technically be qualified as quote unquote details is shipwreck coins.
Sure.
But there are no detail coins in here.
That's what they are.
But, exactly. But our theory has always been, and I've said it every time, we don't put stuff in the box that we don't want back. And that's why there's Lion dollars, which is the first, America's first silver dollar. You're on the blue cores now. So we have 3 sets of blue core silver eagles, 3 sets of green core silver eagles. When I say set, it's 1986 to 2023. They're 39 coin sets. And we have 2 sets of flag core silver eagles. And by the way, when we build this into our box, we're not charging extra for the cores. Like, I think that they will end up bringing a premium. That would be my guess. And you guys will tell us. But we're not factoring that in as in, oh, we're giving you artificial value or something like that. That is not the case. We're trying to make other exciting, break up some of the kind of stuff. because there's a lot of black core silver eagles too, and try and make it different for people. And we're going to do some bounties around, the colorized silver eagles, which I think will be fun.
Well, I noticed with the colored cores, the blue, green. I mean, there's not a whole lot of them, and silver eagles are one of the more highly collected bullion / coin pieces out there. That spans across kind of like a huge range of, I guess, different age groups of collectors.
Yeah.
And you're going to find, like, heck, you would want to own one of 3 of the 96, the key date of the whole thing, with a green, with a blue, with whatever else, flag label.
100%. I mean, that's
and this is only 2 right here for the flag label.
They're low pop, and I mean, it's, again, we wanted to make stuff that would be fun for people to kind of chase and see, and there's some modern stuff here which I want to talk about in a second too, but that was the idea behind it, is that make it, just kind of break it up a little bit, where it's, people feel like there's other things to, whether it's the bounties or the colorized cores, or obviously signatures are super popular, which we haven't done yet. Things like that people do enjoy, appreciate, and collect. Here you'll see, it's the first time that we've introduced other kind of modern coins from other countries. So we have the Nui Mint Legendary Warrior Series coins are outstanding. I mean, the detail in these coins are outstanding. Outstanding. I love this coin. That's the bottom
you
3.
You even have the 20,203 $7 there. I like that.
There's a typo. Gotta fix that. Very rare. Very rare.
Who would have thought they'd still be making peace of Morgan dollars?
Whoever put that list up, they gotta watch themselves. Yeah, I mean, I love it when people call that stuff out to you, because I'm human. I make mistakes. We definitely make mistakes.
Sure.
And when people tell us, it just helps me.
Make fun of it, because if you don't make fun of yourself, then it's.
Well, notice I added an updated time. I did that because in case I had to make edits, I didn't want people to think, oh, they changed it after the fact. Like, we scrub it and scrub it and scrub it, especially before we actually release. We really even more thoroughly scrub it. But we're not trying to hide anything. We want to, if we make a change, we want people to see the change. Like, they need to know about it.
Well, these look
I love the green. The green cores, I think, look really cool with our color combination. I love that color.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I won me a few of those.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm going to be doing that, I'm also go for the. I suspect there's going to be a bounty involved somewhere here with each of these.
Yeah, I think we're going to do. We're working on getting a lot of the bounties up, but I think it'll be something. Maybe we have either a certain number of colorized cores, or put together a full 39 coin set, and then on top of that, you'll get a bonus for each one of them that's colorized, or a combination of both. Again, we're going to do big bounties, small bounties, just try and make a lot of variety and fun. Maybe we do like, hey, first person to get 4 different color silver eagles gets something. Like, so you have a flag, a green, a blue, and a black, and that's the bounty. Like, we're going to think of all kinds of things to do.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to be scraping some money together. I know it seems, whatever. So to kind of end things here, okay, we all know that this is still going to be a hot series, okay? High price tag, aside, we did see with our own 2 eyes, the coins that are going to be in here. A very massive list of red cores. We have some specialty cores in there that obviously are going to be chases in some regard. So, like any of the other releases, ladies and gentlemen, it's always important that you put in your name and your email, so that way you can get the instant notification. I can't stress this enough. Yeah. That's probably the easiest way to get into this next part, which I'm going to let you talk about. The waiting room.
Yeah.
It has been a great aspect of the experience of ordering these. You want to go ahead and touch on that before we.
Yeah. So we obviously, one of the almost like jokes, because we kept trying to upgrade and change, and we kept crashing the site. So we did a test, for Black Friday, actually. For the unbotted boxes we released, we tested the waiting room and went really well. Basically, that will allow people. So the way the waiting room works is if we do our release at 9 a.m. Pacific, which is usually when we do it, if you get in the waiting room prior to 9 a.m. Pacific, okay, it doesn't go in time order. At 9 o'clock, whoever's already in, it will jumble everybody up randomly who was already in prior to 9, and it'll put you into the queue in an order. If you come in after 9, you start at the back of the line. It won't resort it. So if you come in after 9 o'clock, it will put you at the end of the line in order. But if you're in there before 9, and then it will allow people into our site to purchase and hopefully not crash the site is the idea. We had, for the unbotted event, it worked out great. We were able to do some testing, some tweaks. We're confident that it's going to work for the upcoming release, so we don't break the website again. And we think that overall it should provide a better overall experience.
So just so everyone's aware, unbotted means is that their software monitors for things like that. Yeah, that's cool.
So I've seen a lot of stuff about that too. So just when we call it the unbotted event, it's kind of a combination of multiple things. And, essentially we have the software, the waiting room software will flag certain users as bots based on different behaviors. And then it'll make them go through CAPTCHAs and things like that, depending on, and it's a lot more sophisticated than I can explain or understand. And then there's also things where we see like, hey, our household limit was 3, and somehow this person got in 15 orders of 3 when everybody else couldn't get in 1 in 10 minutes. Well, that's not natural. That's going to be a bot too. And then there's stuff where we manually cancel too. Like, hey, they went over the household limit, and we go through and I have to manually cancel each order, which takes a lot of time. And I'm sure there's a much better way to do it, but that's just the way we do it today. And that's where the boxes that end up in the unbotted sale come from. And we want to make sure, again, like we know we're not perfect, but we want to make sure that we're making people play by the rules. That's important to us. And that's why we do that. That's why we cancel it. We don't sell them for more on the secondary market. We don't artificially sell out. Like that's not what's going on. It's so that we can make sure that we say, hey, the household limit is 3. And if we catch you over 3, we're going to make sure that we cancel it down to 3. And if they're continually abuse it, like the same users, then we'll take other actions depending.
Oh yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, you know that Blake is paying attention to what you guys think, because the whole experience through the first few releases of trying to go onto the website at the time when it's available and trying to order it, and then your website crashes, and so
frustrating.
Very frustrating. It's like the US Mint 2.0. We all remember them days. And then they started a waiting room, and it's worked out splendidly. So with that being said, in closing, okay, January 10th is the release. We're going to do some sort of giveaways to help promote the event on the 5th on platform Whatnot. And Blake and his team will have some other things going on as well, running concurrently. But yeah, after the first of the year, and I know it's so close to being after the holidays and everybody's all tapped out, and that's kind of like the natural thing. But there was a big coin show, the Florida United Numismatist Show, the fun show. That's what it's called in Florida. Is an event that starts right away after the first of the year. So
the 3rd is the first day, I think, for dealers.
Yeah. So there's going to be kind of like the overall fervor of being back into the hobby at that point. It's going to be in full swing. Because usually the year generally starts out incredibly strong. In spite of how much people have spent during the holidays and things like that. So something to look forward to. Blake, thank you, sir, for taking time out of your day to chat with this guy right here and, talking about Series 5. It's going to be exciting and explosive.
One more thing, Sean, I want to call out, and I may regret this. I'm just going to say it right now.
Okay.
I actually read just about every single customer service email as well. I even though I'm not necessarily always the person that answers them, it's important to me. And I even sometimes I reach out to people directly if they send in an email or they have a comment or something. Sometimes I don't, but I take them all seriously. Even if I agree with them or don't agree with them is besides the point. Like, it's important to us. And again, the feedback both ways helps us. I'm very open about, how we do things, what we're trying to do. If you see me at a show, come up and talk to me. Like, you'll see me in some of the rooms. Sometimes, we'll be within the Whatnot channels and looking around, like, talk to us. Like, we are open to having a dialogue with you and learning about your experience, what you would like, what you think, maybe what you don't like. Because again, that gives us opportunities for growth. We're going to make decisions along the way that everybody doesn't like. Some of them will go great, other ones will not. And that's okay as long as we continue to evolve. So,
Sure.
we appreciate the criticism and the feedback, Sean, and the also the support. Like, we appreciate all of that, and that just makes us better. So, thank you for
Absolutely. Yeah, and you've survived for a year by doing things that other people don't do. So I applaud you. Are you gonna be at Florida Fun, by the way?
Yeah, I'm going to be in Florida at the Fun Show. We're going to try and do a fun event prior to our Series 5 release. So we're going to do something, just something small as, again, a thank you to the community. We'll make sure, we get you some swag to give to some of your, followers as well and things like that. And we're just trying to have a good time, and we're looking forward to it. And I look forward to meeting you guys. If you see me, maybe I'll have the stash, maybe I won't. We'll see. But come and talk to me. Tell me what you think. And we do appreciate all the support from the streamers, the customers, and the haters. It only helps us, right? So thank you for that.
It's all constructive stuff. So
Absolutely.
it's all very welcome. All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap things up. This was a lot of fun. We haven't talked about one of the series since, I believe, 3. I did.
Did we go over our 10-minute allotment?
Huh?
Just a little bit. We went over our 10-minute window that we were going to talk.
Yeah, it's like a show of CSI Miami. It's like 47 minutes. So
hey,
a little bit longer than anticipated, but
it didn't feel painful, Sean, and I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day too.
Yeah, no problem at all. It's my pleasure. So come check it out. January 10th, vaultbox.com. Series 5 will be knocking at your door. So thank you, Blake. Thank you for all my viewers. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and do all that great stuff that I keep telling you about. And yet, don't get as much as I deserve. But I'll see you later. You guys take care. Have a great day. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys. Thank you.